Yukon, Oklahoma, USA, May 8th, 2026. At 5:55 p.m., the sky above this quiet American community suddenly turned black. Then came the sound. Not thunder, not rain, but thousands of pieces of ice exploding across rooftops at the same time. Golf ball-sized hail slammed into homes with terrifying force while winds near 60 miles per hour tore through neighborhoods across central Oklahoma. Car alarms screamed across the city. Windows shook violently. Families rushed children away from glass as the outside world slowly disappeared behind a curtain of white hail. And, in less than 5 minutes, entire neighborhoods looked like they had been hit by a winter storm in the middle of May. But perhaps the most haunting part of this disaster was not the damage itself. It was the moment thousands of people sat silently in the darkness, helplessly listening to the roof above them shaking under exploding ice. Tonight, we explore how an ordinary Friday evening in America suddenly became one of the most destructive hailstorms of the 2026 severe weather season.
Holy shit! Holy! Train hail coming into OKC! Wind blows! It'll be copious!
Welcome back to Natural Destruction. Here, we do more than document extreme natural disasters around the world. We explore the human stories behind them, the emotional impact on communities, and the lessons humanity continues learning beneath an increasingly unpredictable sky. At around 2:50 p.m. Central Daylight Time, the National Weather Service office in Norman issued Severe Thunderstorm Watch 192 for large portions of central Oklahoma. At that moment, most people were still living a completely ordinary Friday afternoon. People were leaving work, children were arriving home from school, families were preparing dinner. Nobody imagined that only a few hours later, thousands of rooftops would come under attack from exploding ice. But on weather radar, the atmosphere was already changing rapidly. Warm, moisture-filled air from the Gulf of Mexico was surging northward. Cooler air from the west began colliding with it, and high above Oklahoma, the atmosphere was becoming dangerously unstable. The ingredients for a major severe weather outbreak were quietly coming together. By around 4:40 p.m., radar signatures had already become alarming. Meteorologists confirmed storms capable of producing golf ball-sized hail wind gusts near 60 miles per hour and widespread structural damage. Just 3 minutes later, additional severe thunderstorm warnings were issued as multiple storm cells intensified rapidly across central Oklahoma. And then, the situation began spiraling out of control.
Lovely Oklahoma for you.
At exactly 5:55 p.m., Yukon officially entered the direct path of a powerful squall line racing southeast at nearly 45 miles per hour. Then came the first impacts. Bang, bang, bang. Thousands of hailstones hammering rooftops simultaneously like artillery fire. Residents shouted in videos shared online. One man repeatedly yelled, "There's golf balls everywhere!" Roads quickly turned white beneath accumulating ice. Vehicles were dented within seconds. Windows shook violently. Tree limbs snapped in the wind. And in some neighborhoods, the scene looked more like winter than May.
We're now in a destructive, severe thunderstorm warning for up to baseball-sized hail near Elk City.
Watching footage like this sometimes makes me think about how quickly ordinary life can disappear. Only minutes earlier, people were thinking about the weekend, checking their phones, preparing dinner, but less than 10 minutes later, they were sitting silently inside dark hallways, listening to ice explode across their rooftops. Nature has a way of reminding humanity that the sense of control we feel every day is often temporary. One of the scariest things about hailstorms is not what people see, it's what they hear. Rain usually sounds calming. Thunder often sounds distant. But hail sounds close, personal. Every impact makes people wonder what might be breaking above their heads. For many older residents in Oklahoma, storms like this are not simply weather events. They are memories. Memories of sitting beside parents, listening to weather radios. Memories of dark skies arriving before dinner. Memories of learning from childhood that nature can change everything in minutes. And on the evening of May 8th, 2026, many of those memories returned once again.
Quite literally in the city. We're kind of like on the north side a little bit, but at 283 in that zone on the north side near 66.
Sometimes the strongest communities are not the ones untouched by disaster. They are the ones that learn how to stand back up together afterward. After the storm, neighbors began clearing fallen branches, checking on elderly residents, sharing generators, helping families with severe damage. In many ways, disasters reveal the worst of nature, but also the best of humanity. I think one reason natural disaster documentaries affect people so deeply is because nature makes everyone equal. Nature does not care whether someone is rich or poor, famous or unknown, American or Asian under a dangerous sky. Everyone simply becomes human again. And maybe the modern world needs more reminders like that. Not reminders about destruction itself, but reminders of how vulnerable human beings truly are and how much we still need one another.
Coming into the hailstorm here. Coming in hot.
Many older residents in Oklahoma say they never completely forget the sound of storms from childhood. The weather radio playing in the background, the darkening sky before dinner, parents quietly watching weather reports while children stared out the window. And if documentaries like this bring back memories from your own life, whether storms, floods, typhoons, or difficult nights your family once lived through, we would truly love to hear your story in the comments below. Natural destruction is slowly becoming more than a weather channel. It is becoming a place where people remember, reflect, and reconnect through real human experiences. At Natural Destruction, we do not simply document storms. We document the human experience inside them. Because behind every radar image, every weather warning, and every viral disaster video online, there are real people trying to protect the lives they spent years building. And perhaps that is what truly makes stories like this worth remembering. Thank you for watching. Stay safe and cherish the quiet days beneath peaceful skies.